me here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So thank you everyone for sharing. I just wanted to ask. I mean, earlier this year, I think someone mentioned as well that the government basically gave tax relief, tax deductions to landlords to waive rent or reduce rent for SMEs by at least 30%. So, in your opinion, has that worked? I mean, and why do you think a rental relief fund is what is better than this than what the government proposed before this?
Anybody wants to answer that question? Doho, you want to respond?
Yeah. I think for this question, I think is when the government really set up this rental relief fund, I think it covers the whole sections of the industry, not only a certain section only. So the most important thing here is you have to revive the whole industry and not partly. So it's important that this fund is set up, and it's very timely too. So because as time goes by, you don't know how long this EMCO and MCO will last. And we cannot expect the landowners to waive or to reduce a rental forever. So government has to come in, and we hope that these cases will reduce by the days, so business can pick up and we can go on with the normal business.
I think in addition to what Datuk Ho have spoken, it's very important for us to understand that, the government must be seen, to help the rakyat. And this is one of the ways, with this effort that, that will appeal to the government to show that they actually going to support the livelihood of the rakyat. And this is a very important point, to actually protect the SME, and as well as the most important thing is that we want to continue to give service to the rakyat. That is a very important point. And without without any form of help, it will actually will actually go down with our effort. So we must be supported. So I agree with Dato' Ho that it has to be across the board. And I think the suggestion by YB Chal is fair. The amount, is stated, the what you call the limitation time is also stated. We're going to review from time to time, and nobody knows what is going to happen in the next 6 months. So I think this is a fair, what you call request lah. So that's my 2 cents.
But Arasu, you want to answer that?
Maybe can I add?
Sure.
Maybe?
Whose voice is that?
Sorry, maybe.
Oh, sorry, Sami. Go ahead. Sami, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Avi. Sorry for the interruption. Maybe just now I think the reporter asked a question. How was the SRF? Benefited? Did it benefit many of the business people? To me, from my knowledge, maybe I think not many benefited, maybe. Because you see, the SRF funds were given by the banks who were performing better, were performing good paymasters who have good track record. But there are also a big number who even, who don't fall under the category. Now, who is, but they are in real, problems now. Who is going to help them? So I think this rental relief fund, I do not know what is the criteria YB is planning, who all will be eligible for this. But I think, as just now, what the previous person told, it should benefit the majority of the small and medium entrepreneurs. That should be targeted for them. Otherwise, many of them really is going to fall into a lot of financial trouble, and the SME sector itself is going to go into a very bad shape. Thank you, Abhi.
Thanks.
Maybe, yeah, the special relief fund, of course, as I mentioned in my recording earlier, when you want to help somebody, the process must be seamless. The process to request for help must be seamless. Whereas here, what we're talking about, the rental relief fund is very targeted. So we know all these businesses are brick and mortar business. Even if you digitalize your business, you still need a place to operate. You still need a place to operate. So this is a very targeted request whereby everyone is affected across the industry. Whether you're a professional, you're non-professional, everyone is affected. So it's very targeted, and we know this is an issue. When we know the elephant in front of us that this is an issue, and our request is very specific, and I think it's very fair request, and the government has to listen because it will have a direct impact to everybody. When all businesses are going down, who is going to pay tax? Where are you going to collect your taxes? So when there's no taxes, there's no revenue for the country, how are they going to help the nation? Your public healthcare sector and various other subsidies the government is giving, how are they going to get that? So whether it is something that I think they are aware, and I think it is all about how do we help them? I mean, that should be the question. It should not be about whether I should help them or not. This is an issue. And we hope that this good thing will be carried forward and supported.
Hold on. Go ahead, Yanka, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that should be the way, because I mean, we need to help. We need the help to give to the one who really need the help. And that meaning that, I mean, I'm actually talking on behalf of the majority. Okay, whoever can survive is fine. But I think there are a lot more who actually need this sort of relief. And I agree with Dr. Arasu that the bureaucracy have to be very minimum. In fact, if you look in some other government, for example, Germany for that matters, their study is very clear. You see, the way they actually give the fund, they support everybody. So when they support everybody, it will not affect the economy. That's what Germany has done. So we don't expect the Malaysian government to follow that. But I think that's the way to go. Even in Singapore, when they want to give aid, to its population, it's really something that's been done without much bureaucracy. So that's my 2 cents.
Thanks for that. I just would like also to share that in other countries like Singapore too offers a rental relief fund for the small and medium industries. And I think they provide 75% support of the rental. And then you have also in the case of European, like in Luxembourg, for example, they provide 50% of rental costs at the maximum of 10,000 euros. And then even in the US, they have the program. In Hong Kong, it's actually 75% of the rental costs because they recognize rental as significant, and a lot of companies are having difficulty paying it. So I think this is quite important. I just would like to bring in another complexity here.